everyone. If you saw the last video, then you know where this is going. If you're seeing this intro, basically it means that this very, very late night down in the depths of West Texas, we are about to find some really interesting creatures, so stay tuned. Well, he's not exactly interested in stopping to chat. He's just moving along as he desires. But we have here, let's turn this down a little bit so we can see his colors a little better. The first western diamondback who's alive of the night. So that's nice to see. Things are out on the move. Sir, you cannot go towards the car, though. You can see he has absolutely no interest in me. He's following a trail of his own until I move. And then he's like, I'm going to go a different direction, which is good because he was heading for the car otherwise. But he's probably trying to find the trail of some sort of a rodent out here. And we'll just let him go on doing exactly that. No rattling, no nasty business. That's how they generally behave. There's a blacktail on the road. Look at him. Wow. Ooh, you're interesting looking, dude. Uh-huh. Alright, he's not one to stick around, but this is a gorgeous blacktail that's cruising along here. He's got a very light colored pattern, kind of brownish blotches. He's actually quite similar looking to some of the eastern, or not eastern, western blacktails. And a little skinny, but good size, 3.5, 4 feet long. And he's just making his way across the road here now. What a beautiful snake, though. Look at that pattern. And it just kind of fades out near the tail until it turns black. You can see they really have absolutely nothing they want to do with people. They just want to keep going on their own way, so we'll let him. Alright, before we really let him go, he happened to crawl up into this bush, which is kind of an interesting behavior, these guys. They will actually do some climbing. You can see he's looking for ways to go up right now. One thing that they do on, of course, rock faces and such, but yeah, they will also end up in bushes and sometimes short trees. What a gorgeous snake, though. Let's see if I can get another photo while he's sitting here. He's just too pretty and very curious. He smells something in the weeds here, and he's looking for whatever it is that he wants to hunt. Just look at the colors on that animal, though. He might be getting bothered by the bugs, too, here, though. God, they are just bad out here. Bugs are so much worse a terror than any snake is, really. There he goes, into the brush. Well, he's not exactly being smart about it, but we got another snake here who is coiled up on the edge of the road. Little diamondback puddle there. Oops. It's a pretty nice looking diamondback, certainly. Right on the edge of the road here. Unfortunately, if there's anybody else that comes by, they're going to most likely squish him. So we don't really want him posted up on the edge of the road here. So we're going to see if we can convince him to maybe relocate to a better position up on maybe a nearby ridge somewhere. Let's see. Come on, sir. Let's get off the road, okay? Hi. You're not making any noise at all. Look at you. Okay. Here. That's going to be a much better space for you to be, okay? You are very quiet. Very pretty. Got a little bit of pink on that tail. He's just like, what's happened? Very passive animal, means he's probably not seen a whole lot of people, which is good. Someone else over here, and I think he's alive. That is a chunky little diamondback. Look at that. We got here a rather chunky looking little diamondback sitting on the road. He's just starting to cross. Nice to see after just finding a couple of dead snakes that I'm pretty sure the troopers out here ran over, because it's the only people I've seen on these roads. So we'll make sure this guy gets safely across where he was going. How beautiful though. And so very chunky looking because he's flattened out on the road. Hoping he's blending in. That buzztail. And we've got another one. Rather pretty looking diamondback. But another diamondback nevertheless. We're racking up numbers here, it looks like. It's got a funky looking rattle. I wonder if there's something wrong with it. I hope not. Let's just convince him to keep moving though. Come on, sir. We don't want you to get hurt. Oh, nope, we can rattle just fine. Good. Keep going. Keep going. No. Go on. Go on. I just want you off the road so nobody runs you over, okay? Actually, you do have some pretty colors. Look at that. Go on. Ugh. There he goes. Come on. You're almost there. Off the road. There. No. That way. That way. Come on. Ugh. Oh, don't bite the hook. You stay out there, where you're safe. Aren't you a pretty little guy? You weren't going that way. Come here. You were heading across, so let's put you across. Hi. You're adorable. Ugh. Okay. Go that way, okay? There you go. You're so cute. Grow up and be big and healthy, okay? It is that season. I'm surprised I haven't seen more of these guys. No, no, not back towards the road. You go the other way. Go the other way. Here we go. We got an amazing new species out here. Look at that. Oh, and it's huge. Oh my God. I hope you're okay, dude. So I'm not entirely sure why he's just sitting here, because he is reacting to me touching him. But this is a big Trans Pecos rat snake. Bogertophus subocularis. And this was one of my big targets down here. That is a gorgeous snake. And it's an animal that I will be able to hold for a little bit too. They are entirely non-venomous. Again, it's a rat snake. Related to, but in a different genus from the Pantherophis common rat snakes, like the western and eastern rat snakes, the corn snake, and so on. These guys are in a different genus, sister to that group. One thing that makes them a little different is they kind of have a little bit of bug eyes going on. And they come in a couple of different forms. They have this classic, relatively dark phase, where they have those nice bands all the way down the back. And they also come in a blonde and silver phase, where the blotches aren't really connected on the sides, rather they end up completely separated, and there's also, again, the silver, where it's not yellow background, but more of a silvery color. So we're going to enjoy this guy for a little bit, and then make sure he moves completely off the road. So let's see if we can carefully handle this guy a little bit here. Hi, sir. Yeah, you're beautiful. You might have seen it right at the end of that clip, though, the reason why he was being so calm and still on the side of the road. That scratched up look to the scales on his belly. Someone had run him over, and unfortunately, the local law enforcement were the only people who were down that road that night, so I'm pretty sure I know who did it, too. Now, he didn't look that bad on the exterior, so it's entirely possible that with some time he could recover, but he'd definitely been clipped by a car, and chances are he probably didn't make it through the night. However, he was alive when I found him, and a cool animal to see, but fingers crossed the next time I go to Texas I might see one that hasn't been hit by a car and get to enjoy him a little longer. We just moved him off the road to a little bush nearby. There's a little something going by here. What are you? Oh, it's a very, very grumpy glossy snake. Look at that. So we're adding Arizona elegans to the list, the Kansas glossy snake. This is the first one that has ever acted really defensively towards me. That is adorable, though. Hello, sir. Harmless creatures related to the rat snakes, but this one is relatively newborn, too. How adorable. Hello, sir. I'm gonna make sure you get off the road, okay? So he'll act grumpy, but he will not bite. We picked him up for a minute just to look at him real quick. And he's freaking out, but not doing a whole lot more than that. Alright, sir. Off you go. There's another snake, and I'm not sure what... Oh! That is a very large long nose. I don't need the hook for you. Okay. Well, I was trying to get some photos of him while he was just kind of cruising around, but that didn't work out too well because he decided to bolt right as I was starting to click the shutters and everything. This is a gorgeous and fairly large Texas longnose snake with some great color and speckled look. These guys are pretty common animals, but nevertheless absolutely beautiful whenever we get to find them. Whoops, you're okay, dude. He started crawling under my shoe, actually, at one point. Come here, sir. You can't have the camera strap. Look at those colors, though. Absolutely gorgeous. Completely harmless, of course. We're just trying to get him to pose for just a minute. But that is a very nice find for tonight. Hopefully we'll start to see some new faces, too, though. We're going to get a couple more photos and a quick vid on the phone, and then move them off the road. Alright, sir, since you're in such a hurry to go out into the middle of literal nowhere, it is so empty right here. Here you go. Run away. Well, picked this guy up and then moved a little ways down the road because he was heading right for a house full of really grumpy dogs. Not so safe for him. But this is what you might call my first uncontested Great Plains rat snake, Pantherophis amorii, and it's this year's little hatchling. Hi, sir, that is not for you. That is my camera strap. These guys are quite widespread, but up until this point have been really hard for me to find, even in my home state where they are in fact native in certain areas. I've been looking for a long time. Gorgeous little animals that are basically the brownish western alternative to the corn snakes out east. This is, of course, only this year's little baby. But they can get quite a bit bigger than this, up to maybe 5 feet long. 3.5 to 4 is probably about average, though. gorgeous little guys, and of course rat snake, because their primary food sources are going to be various types of rodents, although at this size they will also take lizards. Anyway, trying to see on his belly, one of the reasons they were lumped with corn snakes for a while is because they often have kind of the checker look. This guy is not really showing that, though, interestingly enough. Although, obviously enough, he's a Great Plains rat. Whoops! Almost lost him. Not yet, sir. But, yeah, we won't keep him too much longer. Get a photo or two more, and then let him go. Alright, sir. You may go out in the waves over here, where you are much safer, okay? There you go. Stay off the road. So that is a very unbothered javelina that is just munching on something in the middle of the road there. And showing his better side, apparently. And there he goes. Off to safer pastures. Alright, we've got a big, not dead diamondback. A very large 3.5, almost 4 foot snake. Let's get you moving, dude. Come on. Come on. Come on. And there's elk right over there, apparently. So best not to bother the elk. Now, as is standard in Texas for herping, I did try and stop along some of the cuts to try and actually find stuff there, but other than coming across some interesting night-blooming wildflowers and some millipedes, wasn't a whole lot moving on the rocks, just on the road. And that might just be the biggest millipede of the trip so far. Look at him. Completely harmless. They're vegetarians, if you'd believe it, although their defense is they will secrete hydrogen cyanide when they are bothered. So often people think it smells like cherries or almonds. It's because of that smell. And coming back to the hotel, there is a rather incredible assortment of different colored moths visiting the light in the door. And some of them are quite large. Look at this guy. You guys can't stay here though. Okay? I'm sorry. So it is a little bittersweet that the cool new species for tonight was clipped by a car, but I'm really trying to hold hopes that that Trans Pecos rat will be able to recover from that, because he was pretty alert, flickering tongue, willing to move around, so I'm hoping he finds a hole to hide up in, and they can recover from some pretty horrific injuries, so who knows, it might be able to mend. Otherwise, afterwards, the long-nosed snake and the little Great Plains rat were a pretty great addition to finish off tonight, and just as I had hoped, the night did go a lot better than the past couple of days have. Now I'm hoping that we can repeat that kind of luck over the next 2 nights, since that's all we have left. We will be visiting an area where maybe coral snakes are possible again, but also looking for hopefully the Baird's rats, which seem to be missing from like this central Sanderson area here. But driving back into this area tomorrow, hopefully we'll pick up a few more things, maybe a nice, healthy, not clipped by a car Trans Pecos rat, and a few other things. But until then, if you enjoy watching educational videos, wildlife adventures like this, and you'd like to help support in some way, you can always become a member at Patreon, do one-time donations at Coffee, buy stuff at the website. The links for all that will be in the video description below, as well as the master link, the link tree. That'll be available down there. If you can't support that way, just like the videos, subscribe to the channel, share the videos, leave a comment. Attention really does help. And if you want more information, you can always find the blog and database on the website, carltoncarnivores.com, or find me on social media, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Carlton Carnivores. I'm always posting videos and tidbits and photos and such. But until next time, I'm Hawken Carlton, and this is Carlton Carnivores.